So I've had this for about 4 or 5 weeks now. Was hoping it'd go away on its own. It's not. So I'm going to take some action against it. I plan to remove as much of the plantar wart as possible. You can see it's about 2 to 3 millimeters diameter. So what I plan to do is swab it with a little alcohol and then take out my drill here and remove as much of the wart as possible, and then I'm going to treat it with salicylic acid. This isn't the first time I've had one of these warts. They're very painful. Of course, when I get it right in the center ball of my foot, which makes walking very uncomfortable. Today is Monday, July 25th, and I'm gonna make the hole and then treat it with salicylic acid a couple times a day and see if I can get rid of this thing in the next couple of weeks. So here we go. So here's the alcohol. I've got a brand new drill on here, and I had this before, and my podiatrist told me just the key is to remove as much of the flesh as possible. Now the skin on the bottom of your foot is quite thick. Anyway, I've never seen this done before, so I thought I'd share it. If it works, it might save somebody a lot of pain and trouble. I have absolutely no pain doing this, even though it looks pretty disgusting. Anyway, there's a lot of dead skin on the bottom of your foot, so you can't really go wrong. As soon as I start to feel something, I'm going to stop and then begin the salicylic acid treatment. Okay, well, I figure that's probably taken at least 50% of the body out. See, I've got about a 4-inch hole. Anyway, this is no worse than just having a plain old blister on the bottom of your foot when you think about it. So I don't know if you can see that, but it's a good start. I'm going to take a shower. I'm going to come back and then I'll put the acid dressing on it. Okay, this is the product I'm using. It's 17%. I think I said 14%. 17% salicylic acid. And I'm gonna do 2 treatments a day with a little cotton ball and some duct tape. It says repeat procedure once or twice a day until wart is removed for up to 12 weeks. So hopefully I'm gonna cut that time in half. So moving forward with the procedure, like I said, I'm gonna put a little piece of cotton in here as a reservoir. Get as much in as possible. And put the cotton in here. Try to saturate that as well. Well, that's not really behaving very well, is it? I don't want to kill all the tissue around it. Anyway, I'll work on that process a little bit more in the future, but for the first time, let's just go with that. Get rid of the excess, and then lock this up for a while. Okay, there we go. I'll be back soon. Let you know how it's going. All right, here we are 2 weeks later. And I've been trying to treat this twice a day for the last 2 weeks. I probably missed a few days. As you can see, I've managed to kill a lot of the neighboring tissue around the area. Sorry, I know it looks a little disgusting. Anyway, here's where the wart is. I can still feel it in there, so I don't think it's dead yet. Unfortunately, I've lost a lot of other skin around the wart area. Now, according to the directions, it says use up to 12 weeks, so I'm going to keep working on it. And the stuff does get a little thick and gooey after a while. You can see the buildup on the bottle. You can see how thick it is. I added a little alcohol to it, ethyl alcohol or ethanol, to loosen it up a little bit, because the first ingredient is alcohol. Feels like today I can feel that there's still some pain in there associated with it. The other thing I've been doing is using a little piece of cotton off the swab. I just pull a little bit off, as you saw previously, and I put that in there as a little reservoir before I put the tape on. Pain-wise, very low, despite all the dead skin that you see here. There's some mild discomfort, but I've been able to run on it, walk on it. I did a 7-mile run the other day, no big deal, although I did feel it. It wasn't terribly uncomfortable. However, once I put this wart out of business, then I'm sure it'll be a lot better. So anyway, 2 weeks in, and here's where we're at with it, and I'm just going to keep at it for another 2 weeks probably. And so here we are about 4 weeks later. The wart is completely gone. There's my foot. You can see where the scar tissue is, where the wart was. You can tell it's gone because when I put pressure on my foot, I can't feel it. After about 2 weeks, I still could feel a slight amount of pain. It wasn't pain, but I could tell it was still there. So I continued the treatment for about 2 weeks and maybe 5 or 6 days. And then I went on a 30-mile backpacking trip. There's the blister to prove it. So I had no pain during the backpacking. Here's another blister. Had no pain during the backpacking trip. And so I consider this a successful treatment. And so thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more helpful tips. Take care.